So when the fishing stopped here, the Iona community took over the centre and now run it as an outdoor education facility, working with a lot of disadvantaged young people from the cities.
Camas for me is based around community, so the whole story of Camas has been people living in this pretty extreme environment but together and sharing in a common task.
We really try to provide some links between relationship with each other, relationship with the environment, relationship to oneself.
I've known people, young people that have come year on year and love it so much, want to come back so much and talk about what a difference it makes just having that place where you can have positive interactions with people.
So we are trying to raise £7,000 for a local woodland project surrounding the buildings of Camas around us now, and that is really following in the footsteps of those who came before us, who've created the woodland and the garden, and it's been extremely successful.
I was actually here when these trees behind me must have been about 2 years old, I think. It was about 18 years ago. And so at that time they were really tiny. The year before last I came down this track after a gap of maybe 7 or 8 years, something like that, and I was immediately struck by these trees and how big they'd, to me, kind of suddenly got, and just their beauty and the fact that we had actually created this tiny little woodland.
So it'll be putting in a huge deer fence, and as well as the materials themselves, there's the cost of bringing them here and the labour of putting them in. So it's going to be a big job. It's going to be 1.4 hectares of land and 4,200 trees, all native species.
What I love about this project is that we are planting something for the future. So way beyond my time at Camas, these trees are going to be here, providing shelter and an environment for young people to explore.
Do you know, a lot of people review Scotland as a very wet desert at the moment. You know, it's been severely denuded over the years, and so I think for an outdoor centre that claims some strong sustainable ethics, then regenerating a lost landscape is very much part of that.
Like, nature wants to be here, and as soon as it's given a chance to flourish, like, it will regenerate. There's a number of stories of people who planted this woodland and came back 20 years later, and one of the things they remarked on the most was how the bird song had come back. You know, it's a completely quite lifeless place in terms of wildlife, and just having a bit of shelter provided space for those ecosystems to re-emerge.
Trees are, you know, trees are cool. Trees are how it would be if it weren't for the kind of the sheep that we'd kind of shaped the land.
The young people we work with at Camas and the community groups come from some of the most deprived communities in Scotland, and we see this woodland as another part of the work we will do with youth groups and community groups to explore wilderness, to take part in outdoor activities. This space can be used as a place for outdoor education, but also a place for, you know, night walks, campfires, planting trees, tending the wild.
You know, if I was to think to 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 years' time, to think of the sense of possibility for the next generations of young people coming through and spending time in that forest, that really sets me alight, and I hope that motivates other people to donate to the crowdfund too.
We need your help to make this vision a reality. Now, some people might think £7,000 is a lot of money to spend on a fence, but due to our remote location and the fact that we need to drill into granite to install the fence, it's actually quite costly to get the right people here with the right materials. This is a very exciting step forward in the story of Camas, the Ross of Mull and Reforesting Scotland. Please donate as much as you can to help us reach our target of £7,000. We have loads of fantastic gifts we can offer in return for your donations. But over and above all of that, you'll be contributing to something the environment and future generations will benefit from. In 10 or 20 years' time, you too can walk down the Camas track and see the forest that you've helped create.
We got the trees, we got the bees. All we need now is 7 G's. We got the plans, we got the hands. All we need now is 7 grand. We got the will, we got the way. All we need now is 7K. We got the honey, it's kinda funny, 'cause all we need now is a little money. We got the trees, we got the bees. All we need now is 7 G's. We got the plans, we got the hands. All we need now is 7 grand. We got the will, we got the way. All we need now is 7K. We got the honey, it's kinda funny, 'cause all we need now is a little money.